X back in another video. In today's video, I'll suggest is what if Naruto was a god? The like goal for this video, since you guys smashed 400 likes, is going to be 500 likes. Comment down below your thoughts and feelings about the video, what are suggestions, as well as the fact that you could subscribe if you're new here, as I want to hit 9K by August, which is around my birthday, and 14K by the end of the year. And with that being said, let's get into the video. We left off with Naruto returning to the Leaf Village after Ramiel, a god who I gave the backstory and personality for, had possessed Naruto's body. And make sure to check out part 1 if you haven't already. And with that being said, we can fully get into the video. Everyone would watch in awe as they had been mourning Naruto and thought that he had been dead, but not before him was Naruto. Not before them all was Naruto. Naruto would say hi, as their faces would turn from a low and sad expression to a high and vibrant look, though they didn't say anything. Naruto would greet his fellow teammates, with them asking if he had died. Naruto would nod, rushing to the Hokage office and debriefing Hiruzen on the whole story. Hiruzen would be in shock, especially in shock due to the folk tales that he had thought were just trivial legends, like the ones of Ramiel or the Sage of Six Paths, but in reality, they had been true. They had some sort of truth to them at the very least. As Naruto, being alive was living proof of their existence. Hiruzen would tell Naruto to come with him as they would go to a secluded training ground. Hiruzen would ask Naruto to fight him, intrigued about the supposed god power within Naruto now. Naruto would tell Hiruzen, "Is he sure?" as Hiruzen would nod, with Naruto rushing towards him at lightning fast speeds. This would catch Hiruzen off guard, who would block one of Naruto's punches, with the other punch going through Hiruzen's stance and hitting Hiruzen, which would cause Hiruzen to go flying, telling Naruto to kick it up a notch. Naruto would appear behind Hiruzen, kicking him as he would tell Hiruzen he doesn't want to push him too far. Hiruzen would tell Naruto to stop treating him like a febile old man, as Hiruzen would summon Enma, who would slam Naruto into a few trees. Naruto would stand almost unscathed as Hiruzen would squint his eyes. Naruto would put his hands into a hand seal as a blue spiraling aura would form into several hands around Naruto, punching Hiruzen with these aura hands, if you will. Hiruzen would then use Monkey King Enma to block these punches, as Hiruzen would spin kick Naruto, who would immediately stand back up, creating 30 shadow clones, which would all charge at Hiruzen, who would weave through each of them, using a great mud wall to destroy the rest. Hiruzen would then tell Naruto that he's seen enough, with Naruto saying that he's not done yet, as earth pillars would rise from the ground, and water would circle around them. Naruto would then clap his hands yet again, as Naruto would use wind style to lift these pillars and send them flying towards Hiruzen, who with nothing to do, would run through the trees. Hiruzen would then use Enma as a sword, cutting these pillars in half one by one, until he reached the last one, which was much faster than the other ones. Hiruzen would put his arms out, spinning wind-style chakra in his palms, as it stated that Hiruzen has all 5 chakra natures. This would then cause the pillar to continue to spin and stand still in the air, as Enma would transform into his monkey form, grabbing the pillar and implanting it into the ground, which would cause a small rupture upon impact, with the ground soil being disrupted. Naruto would then fall on one knee, asking if Hiruzen's had enough. Hiruzen, curious of how far Naruto could go from here, would tell Naruto to push himself to the utmost degree. Naruto's eyes would squint, as they would then look to be like flames. Naruto would hold his hand on the ground, creating mini earthquakes. Naruto would then clap his hands together, as several water dragons would rush towards Hiruzen, who would summon his own. Realizing that he was getting low on chakra, he would tell Naruto to stop, as Naruto would then fall to the ground, coughing up blood, as his body would begin to grow weak. Naruto would then pass out. Hiruzen would take Naruto to the hospital, as immediately he would wake up and run out of the hospital window, and to Ramiel, as he would appear at the mountain, entering the code and going to the highest floor, as Ramiel would be there, sitting in a chair and staring into the sky, with a glass of wine in his hand. Naruto would then break the silence in the room as his step made a large amount of noise. Ramiel would raise his hand as Naruto started to walk closer and towards him. I told you not to speak to me again. At least, not for a century. So why are you here now? Simple, Ramiel. I'm here because my body, it's dying. Wait, what? Yeah, after using a few of my newly obtained skills, I felt unconscious and my body grew weak. Ramiel would say, standing and downing his wine, as he would then place his glass of wine on the table, and then he would smash it. Naruto, you're my 100th link. Wait, what's a link? I can turn people into gods by touch, possession, and various other ways with my consent. So, I'm the 100th person you've turned into a god? Yes, Naruto. So, where are the other 99? They died, Ramiel would say as his body would start to tremble. Naruto's body would then begin to shake as well, in fear, as Ramiel would get closer to Naruto. My wife was a part of those 99, and her body began to break, but her death was instantaneous. Naruto, do you know what it felt like, seeing my wife die in my arms? 30 seconds, that's all I got. That's all I had before her life passed right before my eyes. I couldn't do a damn thing to save her. So you standing in front of me now tells me that it's your blood. It's so vigorous in energy. It's so vibrant in life force that it allows you of all people to live right now as we speak. Naruto, if I can give you any advice, take it easy and I'll help you. A massive blue orb would be slammed into Naruto by Ramiel, causing him to fly into the wall of the mountain with blue flames on his body. Ramiel would appear in front of Naruto as Naruto would dust himself off, asking why Ramiel had done that. I've given you a 98th of my power. A 98th? Yes, a mere fraction of it. Which should allow your body to fully fuse with the power I have. Either that, or I stick you in a coffin. Naruto would kneel to Ramiel. Thank you so very much. You're my 100th link. I'd be upset if you passed before me. Have you ever hurt your comrades, Ramiel, or abandoned them? Naruto would ask. The only comrades I've truly had are my family, and if that's what you mean, then yes, I've betrayed them. Ramiel would snap as Naruto would enter a dreamlike state, where Ramiel would show Naruto the events that he spoke of. Ramiel had had enough of his siblings' antics, so he had stabbed all of them, all for their own good. They'd all caused too much trouble for the townsmen, and as such, Ramiel had to be their jailer. He was the only one who could do it. Ramiel would then place them all in coffins as he laughed at their demise. Ramiel would then take Naruto out of this dreamlike state as he would speak. So, you see, Naruto, I have, but I sure as hell regretted it. So I'd say to you that you should never try to abandon, or not even necessarily try, but you should never in general abandon your comrades and protect them at all cost, because at the end of the day, family is what makes us all powerful, and our comrades are our family, an extended version of it at least. Naruto, you may now be on your way. Thanks again, Ramiel. Don't worry about it. You're family. Nothing I wouldn't do for a family member. Naruto would say, laughing quietly under his breath. Naruto would then return home, explaining what had happened again to Hiruzen, as he would then go to bed. It had seemed that Danzo had been listening in on the conversation between the two. While Naruto's body had been going through changes, he would walk in a weird way, as Danzo had keenly watched this pattern of Naruto's walking pattern, that is. Naruto, sensing Danzo watching over him, would quickly appear behind Danzo, cutting off his neck. Naruto in character would never do such a thing, but because of the DNA of Ramiel's, which makes him act more cocky, basically, Ramiel's personality is now Naruto's personality. which then makes Naruto more cocky, even more hardworking, and much more serious. But it's still Naruto at the end of the day. Naruto would eventually be found out for his crimes, being sentenced to life in confinement for killing an elder, but having to appear at times to make sure that the public was aware that the Jinchuriki, or I guess you could say the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, was still alive, which would make the village continue to be strong. Eventually, he would be fully sentenced for committing a form of treason and killing an elder. We now switch to the perspective of Ramiel, who would be walking through the forest to find an old friend of his, whose name was Kalo, a goddess who was known as the goddess of peace. The two of them would catch up as Ramiel would ask if Kalo knew if anyone, or of anyone, who hunted gods. It had seemed that he had had a vision of sorts, with Naruto being hunted by someone, and what had looked like his death had took place. Kayla would ask why, with Ramiel saying a dream. Kayla would nod yes. There is, but it's only one man. From what she knew, he was the man who hunted gods. He wiped out many of us. That's why you most likely can't feel the powerful energy being emitted off of us, as you did before you entered the coffin. Ah, I had thought that was the rising population of humans, not us gods being wiped off the map. You see, this hunter, he's the hunter that I speak of, he was once a god. What? He was once a god? Then why would he kill his own brethren? It's simple. He didn't like us. He viewed the human race as the only race that deserved to be above all, and us gods clearly, I guess you could say, disrupted that balance that he wanted so greatly. You see, I wish to learn more of this hunter you speak of, Kalo. Well, then I can tell you. Kalo would explain everything she knew about the hunter, as Romeo would then ask one more thing. What was his name? Oh, his name's Dane. Dane the God Hunter. Romeo's body would be stricken with a sudden and looming fear. I've heard of him, Romeo would say, but he was a mere legend back in my day. Well, I should get going now, Kalo. And thanks for your assistance, my fellow goddess. Yeah, no problem, Kalo would say, as Romeo would rush towards the leaf, appearing in a few minutes. So where could he be, Naruto had thought. Romeo sure as hell should be looking for me, shouldn't he? Naruto would then remember he had no way of asking for Romeo's help, and Romeo, in theory, shouldn't be looking for him. But little did he know Romeo was. Romeo would then be thinking of where he could be as he would sense his location, teleporting to it as he would look in front of him, seeing a man standing over Naruto's body. Romeo would look into this man's eyes as he would tell him that he means no harm, but would like to get to Naruto. Naruto would tell Romeo to run, with Romeo telling Naruto that he can't back down from such trivial matters, especially when it comes to his family. Haha, Naruto would laugh yet again, quietly, under his breath, as Romeo knew who it was immediately. You're Dane, aren't you? Dane the God Hunter. You go by many names, but I'll address you as Dane. You hunt gods for what reason? If you are one yourself. Simple, my fellow god. Humans are the only species that deserve to rule. Huh? What do you mean? Dane, simple gods like us, or simple gods like Naruto, do not deserve death. They do not deserve death in any way. Haha, that's what you think. But us gods have infested this earth, and by extension, you could call me the traitorous exterminator. Traitor of gods. It's said that you were once so powerful that you could rival the Sage of Six Paths, who even I struggled to keep my footing against. In his prime, I fought him. Lucky. You actually got to see him in his prime. I fought him when he was a feeble old man, let alone his prime. But after you started slaughtering countless gods and goddesses, you were stripped of your power, weren't you, and reverted to an ordinary human. It was said that you vanished, but it seems to me that that day created a new being. It created a monster. It created Dane, the god hunter. Ramia would summon a sword to his hands as he and Dane would stare down each other. Ramia would rush through Dane at max speeds, grabbing Naruto and teleporting outside of the village's walls. Ramia would tell Naruto that he mustn't let his guard down around Dane. You heard his name. Naruto would nod. He is an opponent who I know I will struggle against. An opponent so strong and powerful that he could beat gods like you with ease. So we must, and I mean must, work together. Assume him as unpredictable. Assume him as a machine, a killing machine that is obscene. Assume him as an unpredictable warrior. And with that being said, this has been What If Naruto Was a God? And the like goal for this video is going to be 500 likes, so make sure to smack that like button a bit gently, and share the video to a friend who likes it. This is just anime content in general. Comment down below what are suggestions and your thoughts and feelings about the video. Subscribe if you're new here, as I want to hit 9K by August and 14K by the end of the year. And as always, this has been RamiX and RamiX